Billy, big smile. Philomena, straight to the center. And then if you don't mind, both. Nice to see you, man. And one more time, guys, together. Please have eye contact. I don't have it. Steve, on your left side. Steve, on your left side. Christian, on your left side, darling. Christian, on your left side. Miss straight ahead here. Mike Queen. And Joe, straight ahead, buddy. And when you can, Joe, right next to her. Joe, straight ahead, man. Joe, right next to her, please.
Well, this film almost took 7 to 8 years to put up on screen. So, look, I mean, for me, to be able to be a producer and try to find stuff that's outside of the studio system has always been my goal. And this and The Aviator were the two projects in my lifetime that I really pushed as hard as I possibly could to get made. So it's a huge honor that it's being, you know, recognized like this. It really is.
Well, you know, it's certainly not a summer tentpole film. It's complex material. It's a moving story, but you know, I find there was enough people who got behind us in the end and wanted to be a part of the same thing. Saw what we saw in the story. Beautiful script by John Ridley and Steve, and I don't expect them to be easy. So it's par for the course.
I think that, look, ever since 2008, I wanted to sort of capture this attitude, this very destructive part of human nature that is completely self-consumed, and put it up on screen. I became fascinated with this world. I mean, it's essentially, this attitude has essentially decimated our economy. And I wanted people to submerge themselves into that reality for 3 hours. I mean, what Marty does so well is he puts the darker nature of who we are up on screen without judgment. And for me to make a movie that was a depiction of this world was incredibly important. And I think we pulled it off pretty well.
Incredibly proud. It's not often a movie like this comes along. I think maybe every decade or so. So to be a part of it is a real thrill. Work with this man, who I consider one of the best in the business, and this amazing performance by this cast. Chiwetel Ejiofor leads it, and Lupita Nyong'o, a new up-and-comer. It's really special.
It was a privilege, and I think also, I mean, we couldn't have pulled it all together without Brad. I mean, it's a given. It's one of those things which you want to make something, but you have to find someone who has the courage and the belief in you that you can make it. And of course, Brad pulled it together, and we're just happy to be here, really. It's kind of strange to make something, and it's made. It's kind of odd.
He's being kind. We wouldn't be here without Steve McQueen. Well, you know, it's certainly not a summer tentpole film. It's complex material. It's a moving story, but you know, I find there was enough people who got behind us in the end and wanted to be a part of the same thing. Saw what we saw in the story. Beautiful script by John Ridley and Steve, and I don't expect them to be easy. So it's par for the course.
There's not a whole lot to love about it unless you get something produced. And I think what's lovable about it is when you get it done. It's very hard.
It's very hard. It's lonely. It's grueling. We have a rule at the company that we have to be able to take something on for 7 years and still want to keep working on it, even if it doesn't get made for 7 years. We have to love the material or the subject matter so much, because it's an arduous process getting things made. It's a great thing when they get made, but you have to kind of shepherd them along for years and years and years sometimes. it's quite fascinating to be here with producers. We usually see each other in grungy jeans on the set, so it's really nice to see each other all dressed up. And sometimes I don't see my friends for years because we're off making movies, so it's a really great time for us to get together and celebrate each other's work.
There's a lot of stuff I want to do. I want to get done. There are a lot of stories that I want to tell. I truthfully don't think that the real American story has been told yet. There's a lot of stories yet to tell.
Well, it's been an extraordinary journey with this film, an amazing story, an incredible cast, and a phenomenal director. So it's been terrific to then have an audience respond in the way that they have to the film. It's been really one of the most amazing experiences of my life. Well, it was down to Steve McQueen. You know, he sent me the script. He called me up. I'd known Steve for a while actually, ever since he did Hunger, and then he sent me the script, and we wanted to work together for a bit, and he asked me to do it, and I was. I mean, it was an amazing story, but I was slightly intimidated by it at the beginning, to be honest, and I really felt the weight of it, the sort of responsibility of it, and was hopeful but not sure whether I was able to come up to that. And so it took me a moment of going back to the book, to Solomon Northup's book, and really starting to connect with him as a man, and his beautiful, incredibly touching humility and poetry in the way that he detailed the story of what happened to him, and I was just completely swept away with it. I'm bowled over by it, and so then I called Steve, and of course said that I wanted to do it.
When we were certain about the technology, so we could define a start date, we need to go after, to make serious contracts with actors, and pretty much our first stop was Sandra Bullock.
I mean, it was a long process because we had to figure out how we were going to make the film. And
in the process, yeah, we have a bunch of informal conversations with a lot of people. But once that we defined the technology.
And you know what? We couldn't have gone with a better person. I mean, you go on a journey, and we ended up absolutely, once we figured out the technology, with the best person for it. I mean, Sandra is the heartbeat of the film.
Yeah, Gravity is Sandra Bullock, no question about it. I mean, everybody talks about the visual effects and stuff. The real effect, the biggest special effect is Sandra's performance.
I'm just a big fan of films to begin with, and so when I was asked if I do this, I thought that it would be a nice thing to contribute to. What makes a good producer? Probably, I would say good people skills, but sometimes it's not always the case. I guess it depends on which of the producing jobs that you're talking about, but I think obviously somebody who's just is really good at organizing things, and knows a lot of people, and knows film back to front, and can get something off the ground, and has a good sense of material, and knows how to bring a particular script to its biggest and best potential.
Well, it's a strange combination of things. Different people do it in different ways, but more than anything, I think it's you have to be this catalyst. You have to have this vision. You have to be a great manager, and understand whether it's television tonight. I'm here for Arrested Development as one of the producers, but it's understanding how to get things done. That's what a producer does. A producer, he or she moves mountains. They remove obstacles. They believe in something and they make things happen. And directors follow through, actors make it happen, writers provide inspiration and a framework. Producers move the mountains.
This movie would not have been made if it weren't for Brad Pitt and Plan B. It's not an easy story. I don't think a lot of people were sure they wanted to tell it. And we shot the movie in 35 days. And again, it just wouldn't have happened without Brad and the company, Plan B. So. Well, certainly when you're filming it, you're not thinking about that kind of thing. So it's only in retrospect does it feel like some out-of-this-world experience, because when we were making, we were all just very focused on trying to tell the story as truthfully and honestly and as we possibly, and as committedly as we possibly could. So all the things that have happened with the movie since we made it have just been gravy. I don't think when you're making the movie you're thinking about, mostly it doesn't usually go very well. You know, movies don't always turn out the way you hope. There's so many things that have to kind of factor in to make it be all that everyone imagined it was going to be. So
it's not a collaboration if you're not learning anything. It's just, you know, when you're not learning anything, you're just kind of showing up, being who you are and thinking you know everything. But the best thing about a collaboration for me is the education. And I've learned so much about like my craft. I've learned so much about this craft, you know, the art of making a film, the art of keeping people captivated, the art of never having a distraction, just like a through line, this curated roller coaster ride. These guys are geniuses at that. And you know, at the forefront of what they believe, or let's say the fulcrum of what they believe that works, is the idea that when you make your work or you complete your work, it should be about people, not demographics.
Well, this is an exciting event because oftentimes, especially with animated feature films, the director gets all the attention, and tonight we get to celebrate the producers, which at Pixar and at Disney, the producer and directors form a team that is so important to a successful film. And so tonight we get to celebrate the producers and to have Frozen and Monsters University both nominated. It's a great, great honor. And I'm so excited to have Bob Iger winning the big award tonight, which is great. I've been working with him for 8 years now, and he's a terrific leader, so he deserves it.
This is fantastic to be here in this amazing company of great films that were nominated by the Producers Guild. Just to be among that group is really humbling. It's amazing. I love the whole idea of the art of survival, the reinvention, the resiliency of these characters, figuring out what they have to do with you know, passion and determination to make their lives better.
I'm truly honored and humbled for everything that's going on. Thank you. You know, it wasn't easy, you know, it was hard work, you know, but it was just such a good group of people, you know. The director is just amazing. Paul Greengrass is the man that got everything out of me and, you know, believed in me from day one, and I truly, you know, yeah, he's the man.
Now, the award goes to, this is pretty cool. It's a tie. And I'm told that it's a legitimate numerical, mathematical tie, but it was the producers who told me, so, you know. So the first movie is Gravity.
Well, thank you, PJ, for this amazing honor. Well, this has been an amazing year in film. And I'm talking about these amazing films that were nominated. And there are many other films that were not nominated that are as amazing as this. So we want to share this award with all of you guys in this room. So I want you guys, please, to share this award with this other group of people that make the film possible. David Heyman. He pretended to believe the director knew what he was doing. Then there's the amazing Sandra Bullock, that if this film works, it's because of her. I don't care what the director thinks. She is Gravity. George Clooney, his amazing, amazing commitment and support. But also, if you're looking for a director, he can direct motion pictures.
All right, I'm back. Jim, as promised, 12 Years a Slave.
Thank you, PGA, for this incredible honor. We're very proud of this film, and it means a lot to us. Our congratulations to Gravity. I want you to know I got my vote in at the last minute. I voted for Gravity. Like 5 minutes before it closed. I see a lot of friends out there tonight, a lot of friends I've worked for, a lot of friends I'd like to work for, a lot of friends whose projects I held up because I couldn't quite commit. I'm sorry about that. I feel your pain. Life as a producer. You spend years trying to get a script together, a project you believe in, the constant hustling for money, trying to figure out actor schedules. It's a colossal pain in the ass. But when we do prevail, we get a story together, we get all the elements together, and we get to clear the way for a director we believe in. It is a lovely, lovely feeling. And beyond that, we get to contribute something to the yearly narrative. We contribute something to culture.
I just firstly want to say thank you so much for opening your eyes, minds, and hearts to this film. When the film first came out in Telluride and Toronto, certain people were saying that this was a brutal film, that no one would go and see it. Box office in here, in the United States and in the UK recently has proven differently. And it just shows you what happens when people come together to make something work. Particularly about this story. It's a story of America. It's not a black film. It's not a white film. It's a story of America. And it's a story of a man called Solomon Northup who survived the horrors of slavery for 12 years. And I want to say thank you for the people who helped us to stand here today, for having the courage to vote for us in a way, just because there were a lot of people who turned their backs on us in a way. And I just want to say thank you for your courage in helping us with this film. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Johnny Carson, your network doctor of comedy. Well, this is true. It's a big thrill for me to be standing right here in this very spot where only just a week ago, Miss Golden Globe herself was standing here holding her Golden Globes. No, this is true. I don't make this up. You were here. She was beckoning a room full of drunken filmmakers and television artists to get ready for what we like to call here in Hollywood Award Hell Week. And the Danny Thomas Award for Outstanding Producer of an Episodic Television Comedy goes to Modern Family.
Thank you so much. And that was incredible, wasn't it? That was amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the recipient of the 2014 Visionary Award, Chris Meledandri.
Thank you, Pharrell.
And the Producers Guild Award for Outstanding Producer of Live Entertainment and Talk Television goes to the Colbert Report.
On behalf of everyone, thank you for recognizing our show.
Producers Guild Award for Outstanding Producer of Competition Television goes to The Voice.
So thank you very much for this, and thanks to all these guys. And like Audrey said, we're really grateful to be here. Thanks to the Producers Guild.
It is with immense pride and
My absolute pleasure to present this year's David O. Selznick Award to Michael G. Wilson and Barbara Broccoli.
In this business where you're only as good as your last film, you have to have, it's wise to have a backup plan. So if the next film fails to recoup, Barbara and I will be available for all your catering needs. Thank you.
The Producers Guild Award for Outstanding Producer of Animated Theatrical Motion Pictures goes to Frozen.
I want to thank the Producers Guild for this honor and my fellow nominees.
Accepting on behalf of Fruitville Station, please welcome the producers, Nina Yang, Bon Jovi, and Forrest Whitaker.
There's so many more stories like Oscars waiting to be told. As a society, we are often too quick to judge and forget that our humanity connects us in ways that we must strive to illuminate and hold on to.
And the Producer Guild Award for Outstanding Producer in Nonfiction Television goes to Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown.
So thank you very much. I really appreciate the recognition, and I accept this on behalf of our producers. Thank you.
And this year's David L. Warper Award for Outstanding Producer of Long-Form Television goes to Behind the Candelabra.
Thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to present the Vanguard Award to Weta Digital, Joe Letteri, and Sir Peter Jackson.
I know Peter would like to thank you himself. He couldn't be here tonight, but he has sent a message for us, so I'll leave you with him. Thank you.
And the Producers Guild Award for Outstanding Producer of Documentary Motion Picture goes to
We Steal Secrets, the story of Wiki.
Thank you very much. It's an honor. Alexis Bloom is an amazing producer. Happy to share this with her.
Ladies and gentlemen, pound for pound, the most dangerous CEO in America, and this year's Milestone Award winner, Bob Iger.
This award really belongs to everybody that I work with at Disney, all of my partners and colleagues. And if you don't mind, I'm just going to take it to my house, though. Anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate this. Good luck.
And the Norman Felton Award for Outstanding Producer of an Episodic Television Drama is Breaking Bad.
Vince, thank you, not only for making us part of your brilliant creation, but also for your generous sense of collaboration and inspiring every member of our cast and our crew, making this entire experience simply magical.